Russia has shifted high-powered jamming platforms, ground-based R-330D GTEL units and Krasika systems from western military districts into Kaliningrad and nearby Belarusian regions. Recent GPS disruptions across Poland and the Suwałki corridor suggest active suppression of satellite and comms links. While designed to blind NATO radar, analysts warn their movement speed and fixed footprint limit tactical resilience. In a recent undetected flight near Okinawa, a Chinese J-20 class platform reportedly eluded Japan's primary radars. Although JSDF scrambled F-15Js, the jet was only intermittently tracked, mainly via low-frequency bands. The incident reveals stealth aircraft outpace current Japanese radar lock-on systems, prompting Tokyo to rethink passive VHF-UHF sensor layers or risk further under-radar penetrations. Pakistani engineers are eyeing modular passive exoskeleton designs similar to the passive load suits developed by Tata and DRDO in India, to offer hip and knee support for tank hatch crews and infantry logistics nodes. These frame systems strip over 75% of carried load to the floor, reducing fatigue. Powered versions could someday enhance Al-Khalid and VT-4 crew endurance by the mid-2030s. A move toward nuclear-powered subs would radically expand Pakistan's second strike sea-based deterrence. Retired Commodore Obaidullah has stated Islamabad may enter the SSN arena as early as 2028, assuming technology transfer accelerates. Nuclear propulsion would allow continuous patrol endurance, under-ice transit, and strategic posturing against India's Arihant-class SSBNs, deepening competition in the Indian Ocean. To all our viewers who haven't subscribed yet, a lot of you are watching our videos but haven't hit that subscribe button. If you find our content valuable, please consider subscribing. It's free and it helps us grow. Fresh U.S. tariffs slapped on India last August have forced Indian exporters into a 25% barrier over exports to the U.S. Simultaneously, Pakistan negotiated a reduced reciprocal rate, around 19%, giving its goods a clear price advantage in textiles, leather, and surgical tools. While India grapples with lost competitiveness and rising inflation, Pakistan enjoys relative export resilience. Analysts argue this trade mismatch boosts Pakistan's strategic leverage in South Asia as U.S. buyers begin pivoting to alternate sources. The deal, wittingly or not, positions Pakistan as a marginal beneficiary of America's economic pressure on its own regional rival. Microelectronics, tiny chips inside guidance kits and navigation systems, are quietly powering Pakistan's strategic edge. Its Air Weapons Complex, AWC, builds mechanical and fiber optic gyros for INS, GNSS navigation, IR seekers for precision munitions, and avionics for UAVs. These compact systems offer hardened accuracy under GPS jamming and extended missile range. In a future conflict, the stealthy microelectronics in smart bombs, cruise missiles, and drone swarms could make the difference between deterrence or failure. Investment in domestic chip assembly and indigenous MEMS sensors now matters as much as missile thrust or warhead payload. Since mid-2023, Pakistan's Special Investment Facilitation Council, or SIFC, has served as a one-window body chaired by the Prime Minister and co-chaired by the Army Chief. Its mission: fast-track foreign investment in energy, minerals, IT, defense, and agriculture, bypassing bureaucratic red tape. Amir Piprani and other Pakistani diaspora investors recently praised its reforms at Chambers of Commerce events in the U.S. Under the IMF's PIMA guidelines, SIFC cleared more than $5 billion in pledged foreign projects, particularly from Gulf states. It's reshaping Pakistan's economy, a case where military-civil partnership aims to secure macro stability and export growth. In Pakistan's cockpit upgrade plans, the term black box goes beyond accident recorders. It now refers to indigenous flight control electronics housed in Air Weapons Complex-built Micro-Gyro modules. These units include inertial mech gyros and IFOGs tightly coupled with GNSS-INS navigation. They stabilize autopilot systems on UCIVs like Shapar and Bark drones, coupled with laser guidance modules for Mk-80 series bombs. This is the silent core of future Pakistani strike systems, domestically made, hardened against jamming, precision-capable, and exportable. In mid-2025, Iranian aviation operated 5 Boeing 777-200 aircraft originally retired from Singapore Airlines, now smuggled into Iran via shell companies registered in Madagascar and routed through China, Indonesia, and Cambodia. Mahan Air, an IRGC-linked carrier, took ownership amid international sanctions. Despite over 30% US-made parts, the aircraft bypassed export restrictions using falsified registration certificates and Black Ops-style ferry flights. Analysts say this marks one of the boldest recent breaches of US export laws, underscoring Iran's resourcefulness in subverting sanctions and re-equipping its long-haul civil aviation fleet. In early August 2025, the Indian Navy's Eastern Fleet, including INS Delhi, INS Shakti, and INS Kiltan, conducted its first-ever joint maritime exercise with the Philippines Navy in the South China Sea. Part of a broader pushback against Chinese maritime assertiveness, the drills, known as Maritime Cooperative Activity, aim to strengthen interoperability, surveillance, and freedom of navigation norms. The visit confirms New Delhi's shift into proactive regional security posture, subsuming its naval diplomacy strategy and preparing for deeper strategic alignment with Manila against adversaries in contested waters. After Israel's recent airstrikes on Iran's nuclear sites, questions have surfaced. Could Pakistan be next on Tel Aviv's radar? A former Israeli deputy defense minister hinted at dismantling Pakistan's nuclear program once Iran is dealt with. But Pakistan is not Iran. With a clear doctrine focused on deterrence and nuclear command handled by the Strategic Plans Division, any move against Pakistan's arsenal could trigger massive retaliation. Geographically, Israel is within the range of Pakistan's Shaheen-3 missiles, and Islamabad's military command has already labeled the idea of such a strike as absurd and suicidal. Any attempt to target Pakistan's nukes would risk global escalation, possibly involving China, Iran, or other regional powers. For now, it remains a hypothetical scenario, but one that reflects deepening tensions in a shifting global order. So what do you think? Drop your reply to today's question